Today guys, we're going to show you how to assemble your Vilano C1 stem. When you get it out of the box, it's going to look something like this. It's just going to be on its own and kind of look a little confusing on how to install it. To install it, you're going to need a 6mm Allen key and a 5mm Allen key. To begin, put the stem inside the head tube. Remove your dust cap. Use your 6mm Allen key and tighten down the pinch bolt on the inside. Bring your handlebars up. You want to pay close attention to the cable routing, because if you put it together and it's been flipped around like that, obviously it looks a little haywire. So when you find the right way that it goes, everything should look pretty smooth. Come back with your 6mm. Loosen the two top bolts to your stem. Now, when installing your handlebars, you're going to want to make sure that they are equal as far as not being able to see the gripping threads that you can see that actually hold it together. And make sure that your spacing on the front and back is almost equivalent. You don't want to pinch one side down more than the other. It just looks kind of funny, and it's actually not a very secure hold either. Alright, once you've got it down, put your dust cap back into the stem clamp bolt. Bring it around, come up under here to this bolt. This is your actual vertical adjustment bolt, and this one requires a 5mm bolt. And what this bolt does is, once you loosen it, you can actually choose the height at which you want your stem. And this one's a little bit more complicated to work with, but once you loosen it, you have to wiggle it to get that little wedge to pop out. Pull it aside with your finger, wiggle it some more. You might even have to loosen the bolt a little bit more as you go farther down, and you can actually see your stem is much more adjustable. You can get something like a 32. Usually the degree is written on the side, but I'd say that you can get a couple degrees out of that. Make sure to tighten it down. Your wedge goes back into the locking tooth, and tighten your bolt back down. Obviously, if you want a more upright position, you would just have to do the same steps, but move your stem all the way up. This is the lowest setting, and then if you come back and loosen it again, this would be the highest setting. Tighten it down, and obviously you're going to want to come back and adjust your handlebars so that they're more flush or level with the rider, depending on what situation you're using them for. Tighten it back down, and you're good to go. Today guys, we're going to show you how to assemble your Vilano C1 stem. When you get it out of the box, it's going to look something like this. It's just going to be on its own and kind of look a little confusing on how to install it. To install it, you're going to need a 6mm Allen key and a 5mm Allen key. To begin, put the stem